Hey everybody, welcome back. Mike from Spectre Comics here. Today is the last day of 2020. It is New Year's Eve 2020. We are very happy to say goodbye to 2020 and move on to 2021, which we hope will be a much better year. So for the last video of the year, this will be the last video of the year, I wanted to give a status update on Spectre Comics issue 6. We are currently working on, in the background, page 27 of issue 6, and I wanted to give a status update on the progress of the comic. I also wanted to give kind of a channel progress update in this video, and then I wanted to talk about what's to come in 2021 as we look forward to a lot of new content for the new year. So Spectre Comics issue 6, my goal was to have this issue completed by the end of the year, and as you can see, it is the last day of the year and we are still working on it. So we didn't hit our goal, but we got very, very close. I am currently 3 pages away from completing issue 6. In this video, we are working on page 27. I've actually completed this page earlier this week. I've actually completed page 28, the following page, earlier this week as well, like just yesterday actually. And December was hard. I had, I was kind of wrapping up for the end of the year at my job, and I worked a lot of extra hours to kind of get to a point where I could enjoy the holidays and take a week off at the end of the year. So I'm currently off of work on vacation, staycation actually, from my job, but it allowed me to kind of put my work aside and just focus on working on my comic and making videos and doing the stuff that I enjoy doing when I'm not working really hard. So again, finished page 27, finished page 28. We've already started working on page 29 of the comic, and that is in progress. Again, 2.5 essentially pages away from completing issue 6. And I wanted to kind of talk about what comes next after that. Now that once we finish this issue, and we'll finish it early in 2021. I anticipate January, all of the pages will complete if I can really focus myself. I still have a couple more days left before I have to go back to work on Monday, January the 4th, 2021. Weird to say 2021, but we're almost there. And once I go back to work, obviously it's going to be busy again, and it's going to be less comic work, but it's possible I can get page 29 done before the end of the weekend, and then I'll just have the 2 pages left to do. Again, finishing early in the year with the comic, hopefully January. And then what comes next? Well, we're going to have to do a cover. I will design the cover. I'll actually do an extensive video on my cover design process. We'll walk through how I thumbnail and kind of come up with an idea for the cover. We'll do the drawing, inking, coloring, and then we'll get it printed and formatted for being the cover of my comic with logos, titles, any other descriptor that I put on the cover sheet, on the cover page. So we'll make a video on that. As far as the comic goes, we'll do a series of things I do once I finish. I will go through and proofread the comic, see if there's any mistakes or typos or inconsistencies from comic to comic if I reference something from an early issue. Make sure everything flows and is readable. I look for drawing flaws, anything that's inconsistent, and we'll go through the process of just doing a lot of cleanup. I'll actually give the book to my wife to read. She'll check for, not only, she's not really a science fiction person, but I want to make sure she understands what's going on, see if she laughs at any of the jokes, and just basically check for spelling and grammar. So once I get her to read through that and kind of give me some feedback, I'll go through each page by page and update each page, fixing the drawings, fixing any dialogue, fixing anything that needs to be fixed. We'll do that. And the good thing about that is that process, I can go through the whole 31-page comic, 32-page comic in about a week to get that all corrected. So that should go quickly once we're done with the comic. And then we'll just go through the whole process of putting the book together, sending it out to the printer. We'll maybe do an unboxing video once we get the comics back, see how everything turned out after we placed our order. And so that's kind of the next step. So what comes after that? And then I wanted to give kind of a channel status update. So it was earlier this year, I started doing YouTube consistently in 2019. I did a bunch of videos, maybe 10 videos, and then I had to stop for personal reasons. And then I didn't really pick it up again until April or May 2020. And at that point, I kind of dedicated myself to creating consistent videos, trying to do a video a week. I think in the year 2020, I created about 40 videos, a little more than 40 videos. We grew our subscriber base by about 50 people. Now, I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but for somebody who's a very small YouTuber and brand new, essentially, when you first start dedicating it, it always starts slow. YouTube does not like you when you're a brand new channel. And so we grew a little bit. The cool thing is that as the year's gone on, from earlier in the year to today, we're seeing our views go up in our video. Every time I post a video, I'm getting more and more views. I'm getting subscribers, a little more consistent subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, I want to invite you to go ahead and do that now and help us grow in 2021. But the channel, again, we're still a small channel, but we're starting to get some traction. I'm starting to get more views and subscribers. And not everybody who watches the video is a subscriber, but I'll invite all of you again to go ahead and hit that subscribe button below to help us grow. So that's a status of the channel in 2020. And what I actually want to do is I want to see, once we start for a full year, starting January 2021 to December 2021, I want to do a video like this at the end of next year, 2021, and see how we did, see how we grew from January to December of the next year. So that'll be a fun video to do and kind of see what kind of growth we had. And I do anticipate the growth of the channel to go up in the next year, and we'll make a lot more content. There's a lot more videos coming. The next thing I want to talk about is what can you expect from me in 2020. I want to give you a reason to subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, and for being a part of this. So first of all, if you have subscribed already, and if you've been watching my videos or even one video, or make a comment, even doing a thumbs up, I want to thank you for being a part of this. I really appreciate it. It is really fulfilling to make videos and then get some feedback and get some interaction with people. And I know some of you have made comments and interacted with me, and while I'm still a small channel and I don't have a ton of comments, I do appreciate it. I try to respond to everybody who makes a comment, or at least like their comment. So I appreciate anybody who's interacted with me, and I encourage you to do so more. As again, we're a small channel, so feel free to reach out. I will most likely respond. But the reason to subscribe in 2021, what is coming? So we're going to be working on not only completing issue 6 early in the year, but we're going to move on to issues 7 and 8. Now, originally, the Spectre story I'm working on was a 9-part or 9-chapter series, a small story, contained within 9 chapters or comic issues. And the idea was I was going to take a couple of the issues, put them together, and create a book out of it, like a trade paperback or a graphic novel. So currently, I have book 1 is basically one complete story. That's called Spectre, A Dark Matter. That has been completed for many years. Spectre Book 2 is called Chasing Shadows, and that consists of issues 1 through 4 of the current story I'm working on. And then the final part of that story was supposed to be issues 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that was called Rogue Asteroid. And I've kind of decided that 4 issues together is a little more clean, and I like even numbers. So plus I've been working on this for a long time. I want to kind of finish the story so I can create new stories and create a whole new kind of storyline to have fun with. So what I decided to do was actually combine issue 8 and 9 into one large issue 8. And then that will allow the Chasing Shadows and Rogue Asteroid storyline to be complete with 8 full issues. And it is essentially 8 chapters. So we'll take that story, combine 8 and 9, and although I've all plotted out the story, I haven't scripted it yet. So issue 7, we're finished again. We're finishing issue 6. Issue 7 will go, which is already scripted, and I've actually started pencils on that. We'll do videos on the penciling, translating your comic script into your rough pencils and sketches. And then, we'll go through the process of inking again, just like we did for issue 6. But so that'll be part of my video library next year with issue 7. And then issue 8 is actually, it's a story, but it hasn't been turned into a script yet, dialogue and all that stuff, and kind of setting the scene for the issue. Again, it's going to require a little bit of rewriting because I'm now combining issue 8 and 9 together into one larger issue 8. And the idea behind that was that I want to get rid of a lot of the fluff, a lot of the extra unnecessary story bits that you tend to write. You tend to write more than actually, once you kind of edit it down, it becomes a little cleaner of a story. And so I figured 9 issues was getting a little too long. Maybe there was too much in there, and I can surely pare down the story to get it down to a more consistent level of storytelling and keep it clean and concise and get to the point faster. And then again, less work for me so that I can finish the comic book faster, finish the story faster, the overall story. So that's what I expect out of the comic part of this in 2021. Also, I mentioned that Spectre: A Dark Matter, book 1 of this whole storyline, which is a separate story in itself. It's just, the idea was that I was just going to keep creating more and more Spectre stories, and they didn't all necessarily relate to each other. They were self-contained stories. So Spectre: A Dark Matter is book 1. It's its own story. It's about 74 pages. And what I did with that one was I did that a long time ago. It was about 15 years ago. And I used CreateSpace, which is an Amazon company, to print it. The books are actually available on Amazon. But what I'm actually doing is it's not formatted for the way I draw now with my template for Kablam, who's my comic printer. The comic, I don't like the way it looks. Like the way CreateSpace prints, it's not a really dark blacks and it's a different kind of printing process. It's very digitized looking. And so what I wanted to do was go back and reformat that whole thing and make it consistent with the art that I'm doing now, so that it all looks like the same artist drew it. I had a different style of drawing back then when I did that comic. The font is different than what I use now, and I don't like it. It's like a Comic Sans from Microsoft Word. So I've got, the Blambot font that I use now, and I want to just go back and not only just reformat it and clean it up, but also improve some of the drawings that I did. I've consistently said that I've gotten better drawing over time, and I want to kind of go back and make the art from earlier on look a little more consistent to the way I draw now. It's not going to be perfect, and it's hard to redraw and fix up and clean up an old comic page, but I'm going to do the best I can to kind of clean up each page. I've already done 14 pages. You can go over to spectrespacecomics.com. That'll be linked in the description below to go check the comic out. You can read it for free there. The first 14 pages is there. Also this year, we're going to be working on getting each page, as I finish them, posted onto the Spectre Space Comics website, and you can read the webcomic for free there. So go ahead and check that out. I'll try to be posting, as I finish each page, I just post it. It's not always once a week, even though that's what it says on the header. We'll try to post as frequently as I can. As soon as I finish a page, I'll be posting it up on the site. What happened to my website many years ago was that I was hacked. Some Chinese hackers kind of got into my website and messed the whole thing up. I had over 100 pages posted, and that's a story for another day. But they messed up my website. I had to basically wipe the whole site and start over. And that's frustrating because it's a lot of work to post all those pages. But it did give me an opportunity to kind of go back, reformat all the pages, fix the art, fix the dialogue, and then I'll be actually doing a new printing once I get the whole book reformatted. I'll create a new cover for it because, again, my art is better now than it was back then. And we'll basically be redoing the whole book. And then I'll have 3 books, Chasing Shadows, Rogue Asteroid, and Dark Matter, Spectre: A Dark Matter. They'll all have a little more consistency from book to book, so it'll look like the same artist, me, did the whole thing. So that'll be part of the videos kind of library we'll be doing in 2021 as well. I'll also be doing similar videos that I did this year, speed draws, pop culture kind of videos. My last video was Mandalorian Season 2 finale, where I just kind of gave my thoughts on the episode and the show. I did a, Grogu, K2SO, Mandalorian speed draws. So it'll be similar, videos to that, art projects, and, videos, a lot of the same consistent videos. We'll do tips, tricks, tutorials, SketchUp, a whole bunch of videos similar to the ones we've done, and we're going to expand our library with all new different kinds of videos in 2021. So I, again, appreciate you sticking with me through the year, and I hope that you stick with me in 2021 and beyond. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on the video, and I want to just say Happy New Year to everybody. I appreciate you sticking with me, and I hope that you join me in the next year so that we can make a lot more videos together. Feel free to comment on any of on this video or any other videos. I will most likely respond to you. And again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great new year, and we'll see you in 2021.